Ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy back at it again. It's your boy Rico. Let's go. Welcome to another edition of the Rico Report. We are here. My man Scott Blakely already coming in with greetings and salutations to our guy, the OG from Chi-Town. You know how I'm always gonna remember that. Scott Blakely, what's going on, fam? Adam Shepard's in the building. Anthony, I see you. Brian Bowers, what's happening? Listen, folks, we got a big ass game this week. We have a big ass game this week. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. Pats fans are feeling great, as they should. They're on like a 6-game win streak. Kudos to them. But I've got a message for Bills Mafia. I might as well just get right into it, right? Before we get into the nitty-gritty of our show today. But I got a message for Bills Mafia. I don't understand why we can't just be objective of our own team. Sometimes I feel like we're too high. Excuse me. We're too high where we are like, we get a win and we are like ready to just scream from the mountaintops like how we're like, you know what I mean? We're that team. We're back. And then when the Pats have some success, we're like, who'd you play? We can't do that. We don't have the right to even say who'd you play. We have to like humbly just be quiet and let it play out. We can't be in that realm of like talking big game. Because we can't talk big game. When you want to look like who we played, we haven't played anybody that's like doing it. Haven't. So we're about to go into a gauntlet of tough games, and we just got to put one game ahead of the other. I mean, stack the W's is what I'm pretty much trying to say. Because like all I've been reading and seeing, you know what I'm saying, on social media is that, oh, the Pats have a 6-game win streak, but they haven't really done much, and Mac Jones only hasn't had any passes over 10 yards. But guess what? When we were playing the Patriots, what do you think Tom Brady did? He dinked and dunked all the way up to 300 yards. Yo, as long as it moves the chains, that is what happens. And that's what matters. Nobody cares what they dinking and dunking, man. If Josh Allen gave you 300 yards a game, but all he had was, you know what I mean, dink and dunks and let his athletes do the work, at the end of the day, he's got 300 plus yards. You feel me? So we've got to temper ourselves, family. Bills Mafia. You know what I mean? Mafia's family. Well, family, I'm talking to y'all. We got to chill. Chill out. Let things play out. Let us get healthy, first and foremost, because we're reeling off of a win that we absolutely needed, but we had an absolutely terrible loss in Trey White. How much is that going to affect us? We are about to find out. Now, we don't play anybody that has a receiving core that's got a Calvin freaking Johnson on there. You know what I'm saying? We don't got a Jerry Rice that we got to. I mean, we got some decent receivers, but nothing that's gonna like scare the heck out of us that our DBs are like shaking in their boots. So I won't. I'm not shook like that. I will say this though, and I'm being as honest as I can be. A lot of people are freaking out that we don't have Trey White. I'm not. Not because I'm going to miss Trey White. I'm desperately going to miss Trey White, right? Trey White is legit. He's a legit corner. He's good on the run support. He's elite when it comes to pass, defending the pass. Like he's that guy. But I'm not worried. I'm not as worried as most people want to be. Why? I just feel that our defense isn't predicated just on Trey White being such a good corner. Because there are a lot of good corners in this game that their defense is trash, and you were like, look at Xavier Howard. Xavier Howard goes out. The Dolphins' defense is a different defense, right? It's a different defense with him. Excuse me. What I'm trying to say is, if Xavier Howard were to be, Xavier Howard is an elite corner, right? You've got Byron Jones, but their defense is okay. They had a really good performance last week. Now I'm getting my point across. They had a really good performance last week. But like both of them are lockdown corners, but their record doesn't tell you shit because you've got another freaking 21 guys on this damn team. You feel me? So this this team that we're about to face, solid team, made up of good pieces all around, very good coach. But at the end of the day, it's about matchups. And we've talked about this before. Matchups. And when it comes down to matchups, I have a special guest that's going to be joining us shortly. That happens to be a Pats fan. I think I had him on my show last year. My man Ray from T Dot. That's my guy. And he's as objective as they come. Doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. But he's going to give us some perspective on this Patriots game that we're going to face. Shout out to my guy Matt Montgomery. Matt Montgomery comes in and says Giants won 2 Super Bowls with average corners and an amazing D line. Thank you very much. I'm telling you right now, like I'm not worried heavily like a lot of people are. Oh, our Super Bowl chances are doomed. Honestly, I can't believe that. We had an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl with Trey White, but now that Trey White's done, I'm not really so much about going to Super Bowl. Playoffs, maybe. What? Everyone's got their opinions. Don't get me wrong. That's people's opinions, right? They feel like we're doomed because we ain't got no corner. Trey White's not there, and the rest of us are the rest of the team is just, you know what I'm saying? Chopped liver. Oh, Trey White's done. No Super Bowl chances for us. Forgot that we got number 17. 17. If 17 goes down, now you have a case to say, we ain't going to Super Bowl. Maybe we can squeeze into the playoffs with the record that we have, but we lost a corner. You don't think that people are going to step up? This is where you find out who's really good. Let me tell you, when Gilmore, I'm going to let my man Ray Rauth talk on that. When Gilmore went down, J.C. Jackson stepped up, and he's doing the damn thing. They wouldn't have known about that. You feel me? But anyways, I digress. Now, before I bring on my guest, as he's chilling in the background, we do have to talk about a few things. We've got some people coming back to the team. It's a sigh of relief. We have Spencer Brown coming back. We've got Starla Tulele coming back. And we have John Feliciano that's been approved to come back to practice. So shout out to them. Now, I'm going to be real with y'all. Don't sit there and be like, ooh, all our problems are done. No, they're not. We still can't run the ball as effectively as we want to. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and I forgot. Jake Fromm just got picked up by the Giants onto their active squad. Good for them. What the hell does that mean? I have no idea. But they picked him up enough to put him on the damn active roster. So good on them. Now, when it comes to this team getting healthy, minus Trey White, obviously, we're not out of the woods yet. Although we have some great things coming from Spencer Brown, pass protection is still iffy for me when it comes to him. I don't care what anybody tells me. You go watch the film and you see for yourself. He's a rookie, so that you give him the pass on that. But it's a better upgrade than having Darrell Williams at right tackle and Cody Ford at right guard. So at least we've solidified the right side of the line. It'll allow Devin Singletary, Matt Breida to do what they do. It'll be nice to see that dynamic work out. And John Feliciano coming back. We have the line back to full strength-ish. We'll see how this plays out. This is a good thing. Now, I've got a special guest that's going to join us. All he has to do is give me the peace sign and tell me he's ready to go. Yes, sir, he's ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray Rauth. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Ray Rauth. I mean, I'll give him his opportunity to do it. Ray, welcome to the show, big fella.
What's up? You're one of the only fucking people that ever said my. Oh, sorry. Can I swear on here?
You can fucking swear.
All right. You're one of the only people that ever said my name right. Yeah, it's Ray Rauth. Ray Rauth. Yeah.
I mean, the only route that I want to ever have to try to pronounce is your name as your last name, because I don't want to see a route on Monday. I don't think either one of us want to see a route.
No, sir. There will be no route on Monday. It's going to be a good. I'm hoping it's going to be a good game on Monday. I
hope so too. So, Ray, welcome to the show, man. I appreciate you. I know that you're doing your thing out there, representing the Pats Nation. I absolutely hate your sweater, but I mean, it's a good look for you.
You know what? I gotta hand it the Buffalo fans. They've been fucking relentless this week. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun on Twitter. It really has. And you know what? And 90% of y'all, I gotta be straight up. And
Me,
I've been on Buffalo Fanatics before. I've been on your show before. I like Bills fans. I don't have issues with Bill fans. And you guys talk the right amount of shit. You're not too high on yourselves. You're not too low on. I mean, some of you are fucking nuts. You got that 10%, but you guys are good. I like, and you guys are fun to exchange with. It's good.
it is. It's good, right?
Yeah.
And they talk a big game. A lot of Bills fans talk a big game, but it's just that we've been beat down by the Pats for so long. We just anytime we have a chance to talk our shit, we will do it. It's just what it is. And we may have no grounds to talk, but we do it anyway because we hate you. But
It's all
well,
good. It's all
my
good.
guy Ray. So we got a lot of things to talk about, man. So first and foremost, let's talk about what you guys have been doing these last several games.
Yeah.
What has been the freaking difference? What are you guys doing?
Fuck a lot. I'll start with saying that I'm eating a lot of crow, and I'm reminded on a daily basis that I picked this Patriots team to win 8 games this season. So if they lose out, I'm still right. But
Mm,
I feel like there's a win somewhere down this line. No, this team's been very surprising. Number one, Mac Jones' development has been unbelievable. Just how much he's developed and where he's gone. But I'd say the last 6 weeks, our biggest thing is our the defense. And the defense has come. I mean, Matthew Judon's been playing well the whole season, but there was a long time that like him and JC Jackson were the only 2 guys on the team that were kind of performing to the level we expected. Hightower had what I was calling the COVID rust, and I wasn't sure if he was going to shake it off. Devin
mm,
McCourty suddenly looked his age. Like he took such a big step backwards. All of a sudden, Kyle Van Noy, just a massive disappointment after coming back, compared to what he was in New England. The
yep.
last 6 weeks, though, the, quote unquote, I hate this name and too many Patriot fans use it, but the boogeyman, the team, that 2019 defense kind of came to life.
Yep.
And that's been one of the biggest differences. And I mean, listen, I will argue this until the day I die. Ramondre Stevenson, the running back, our rookie running back, is going to go down as the steal of the draft coming out of the 4th round. Because I thought Damian Harris was going to be our premier back for the next few years. I think that he could have ran Damian Harris, who's phenomenal. Roll Tide, Alabama. I think that he could have ran him out of a job for next season. That's how good that he is, because not only can he run, he's also effective in the pass game. And then Brandon Bolden, a career special team player for the
Yep.
Patriots,
Talk on
steps
it.
in as the 3rd down running back. And I mean, my big joke is he's a Hall of Famer now. That's been my big thing. Like I said, if Brandon Bolden would have played like this his entire career, he would have been a Hall of Famer. But for 10 years, he did nothing but special teams. Like, what the fuck have the Patriots been doing? Where have they been hiding this guy?
I'll tell you, man. I'm looking at your Patriots team, man, and I'm really impressed with Mac Jones. I'm impressed with Mac Jones. I know we all made fun of him when he got drafted, walking down the freaking aisle like he's some kind of bank manager coming. Hey, well, who's out there making the ruckus, right? And dude, he is. They're gravitating towards him. They love Mac Jones out in Boston. And your team likes him. You feel me? So, and what's sickening to me is that, and I hope that it's just a first year thing where everybody's hyping him up as the next Brady.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I'll tell you this, man. If he is in fact the next or close to, because nobody's gonna be Brady's the best. Like there's no question about it, right? But if he's anything like Brady, man, this is going to be an AFC East that's going to be nice for years to come.
Yeah, and I talked about this a few years ago because I didn't know where the division was going.
Right.
I remember 2 years ago I was on hashtag sports and we were talking, and we was an AFC East roundtable we were having, and at that time I think Sam Darnold was going into his 2nd year, and Jets fans were pumping their chest that he was going to be the next guy.
Yes. Yep.
And I said it, and I'm not embarrassed to say it, and I stand by it, and he's proved me right. I said, when Brady leaves, Josh Allen is going to be the best quarterback in the division. And even the Buffalo fans rolled their eyes at me when I said that. And I was like, no, I said, Darnold's more refined now, but when Allen figures himself out, he's going to be the best. And then Tua came along, and I think Tua takes too much hate, to be real with you. I think
I
that
agree.
he's really good. And then Jones comes around. I don't know about Zach Wilson. I'm going to be real about Zach Wilson. I got to see him with an offensive line in front of him. He makes a lot of idiotic decisions, but he's a kid. So give him some chance. But I started looking at this going like, this division could be, if Zach Wilson turns out, like this could be the best division in football for the next 10 years, where it's just exchanging AFC East championships and just it's phenomenal. And I'm going to tell you, like this game Monday night coming up,
Yep.
it's a different feeling for me as a Patriots fan, where the game's always meant something, but I'm going to be real with you. Like I always think it meant more to Buffalo fans than it did to Patriots fans, because especially by week 12, we would already had the East almost wrapped up by now. Yep. Where this is like, you're going into these two games going like, fuck, this is the division. Like this next 3 weeks is the division, right? Like we got the Bills by Colts, Bills. and I've said the Patriots got to come out 2 to 3.
You guys, Bills by Colts and back to us again.
Back to you again. And I'm like, boy, the Patriots got to go 2 of 3 to really have a chance, to really have a chance. I mean, ideally, as a Patriots fan, the 2 or 3 would be great if it was Buffalo. However, I picked a split in this series.
So do I.
But can I ask you a question as a Bills fan? Man.
Yes.
Because if Mac Jones is going to his first Monday Night Football game, and I'm already making excuses, let's face it, but he's going into his first Monday Night Football game. Yep. He did well in prime time. I mean, he went toe to toe with Brady and stood his ground. And that was really when I became a Mac Jones believer, because I'll fully admit I was one of the guys going sit him for a year and play Cam Newton. So I'll fully admit that. But heading into this game, Monday Night Football, I feel like a loss for the Bills would be way more devastating than a loss for the Patriots on Monday night, just because you got blown out by the Colts at home. You know what I mean? And then to lose to your divisional rival, you're fighting for the division on Monday Night Football. Like, I feel like, and this is the first game. I know I'm ranting. I'm sorry, because I got like 8 thoughts in my head.
I want you to keep talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there going like, this is one of the first times I remember, not just like, and I'm trying to make comparisons, but I can't. But like, this is almost a measuring stick for both teams. You know what I mean? Like, are the Bills back? Because I had the Bills going to number one. I had the Bills winning the AFC this year. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, I'm not here kissing your ass. You said it. I'm a realistic.
A lot of people did.
I'm realistic.
Yep.
And I look at them and go like, fuck, like, okay, they blew out the Jets. Is that the bounce back game? And then they get blown out by the Colts. And it's like, okay, they beat the Saints. But like, yeah, like, you beat the Saints backup offense. Like we just beat the Titans backup offense. Right. And it's like, who are the Buffalo Bills? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Are they the team that we saw decimate the Chiefs? You know what I mean? Like, and just make them look stupid? Or are they the team that lost 9-8 or whatever, or 9 to the Jags? And so to me, this is for the Patriots. You're going to a divisional rival on Monday Night Football, a team that was the AFC's champions last year, went to the AFC Championship game. This is a measuring stick game for you. However, this is a Bills team that's been inconsistent and wavy, who's going up against a divisional rival who's now ahead of them in the division, who's on a 6-game winning streak. It's almost like a measuring stick for both teams. It's like, who are you guys?
Here's the thing. You nailed everything, because even Bills fans are wondering, who the hell are we? What is our identity? What, we're Jekyll and Hyde. We come in and just lay it down hard on a team, and then we lay down for a team that we should absolutely destroy. And then we have close losses to the Tennessee Titans, which happens, right? Last play, someone slips, and Simmons is just a beast and just devoured our O-line. Then we take down the already 2 losses to the Chiefs. So although the Chiefs was a very big win, but the Chiefs, they already lost 2 games, Chargers and to the Ravens. So at one point we were like, okay, so let's make sure that we pile on these guys. So we're like, okay, we're back. And then we take a loss to the Tennessee Titans, and then we lose to the freaking Jaguars. We're like, okay, what's going on here? Right? So are we asking the same questions? Absolutely, we're asking the same questions. Is this a big measuring stick? Yes. Is this game bigger for the Bills than it is for Patriots? 1,000%. Because you have Josh coming in after a breakout season. Everybody's deeming him MVP candidate, right? As he still should be. He's playing very well. But then your MVP candidate struggles against the Miami Dolphins in the first half. right? Your MVP candidate struggles against the freaking Jacksonville Jaguars and gets blanketed, doesn't get into the end zone. So you now start to ask questions. More questions start to arise. So this is a huge game. Rookie Mac Jones has no pressure because if I screw up, it's a win-win for him. If I do well, great. I'm Mac Jones, bitch, right? Or if I shit the bed, I'm a rookie. I'm supposed to do this. It's Monday night. It's too much pressure for me, right? Now, at the end of the day, here's what it comes down to. Bills need this win because we lose this to you guys. Now we're on the outside looking in. This AFC is no joke. We have like the Browns. I'm surprised the Browns laid down to you guys that easily. I thought they were going to give you guys a much better fight. But Bill Belichick, our boy is a genius. He's cold-blooded, right? So
if I can interject on that,
yep.
The one you asked me about, what's happened this last 6 weeks. That's the one thing I've noticed in Carolina, when Carolina was still a bit of a competitive team. They just got Christian McCaffrey back. We saw it in Cleveland, and we even saw it a little bit in Tennessee. I know they gave up 5,000 yards on the ground and whatever, but Tennessee was keeping Tennessee is Vrabel's probably, he's not a Belichick disciple from coaching, but he's a Belichick great disciple. And that team plays tough and they never give up. But what I've seen the Patriots do to 3 different teams, including Cleveland, Tennessee on Sunday, and then Carolina, and I know I'm not listing juggernauts. However, they've broken the will of teams, right? Like, I mean, the Patriots run game didn't work. It wasn't working against against the Titans. It wasn't working. So they started
defensively though. They got a beast of line. Autry, they got Simmons, like they got some guys on that team.
Oh yeah. When I said that to everybody, I know Julio's out, I know Derrick Henry's out, I know Brown's out, but I'm like, that defense is no joke. I said, like, this is going to be a dogfight if you think that the Titans are just going to lay over. But even by the fourth quarter, the run game was like, you could see the defense was broken by that point. And then the Patriots kind of started piling on. And that's always been the Belichick way. It's pile on, right? You never take your foot off their throat. Like, if you got a team down, you hold them down. And one of the weird things about this team this year, and it's a question that I've been asking that's been pissing Patriots fans off, but I really don't give a shit. This is the happiest I think I've ever seen Bill Belichick. This is a locker room that has gelled more than I've ever seen a Patriots locker room gel before. Like, Adrian Phillips came out and he's like, they're like, what's the difference in this team? He's like, man, everybody fucks with everybody. Like, you got linebackers talking to kickers, you got offensive linemen hanging with cornerbacks, like everybody just hangs. We always heard about Brady's circle of trust. You see him marching the sideline screaming and blah blah blah. And I kind of just threw this out one day and I was like, is the militant the Patriots don't have fun? Was it actually Belichick, or did that maybe come from the quarterback from within? Because if you go watch it's on Twitter, it's on YouTube too, but you go watch the locker room celebration from the Titans game, Belichick stiff-armed Kendrick Bourne in the middle. Like, yeah, like I've never seen the Patriots locker room so loose. It's a very different, and it started last year. It started with Cam last year. Even though they were losing, it was still a very loose locker room.
Yeah.
And this year, when you get a little bit of success and you get the personalities like Judon and stuff in that room, which, by the way, just so your audience knows, when they did all the free agent signings, and there's receipts all over the place for this, Absolutely. And everybody was like, oh, Hunter Henry, oh, Jonnu Smith. Oh, I was like, yo, we got Matt Judon. I'm like, you guys don't understand. I didn't even think we had a chance to get Matt Judon.
Judon's a beast.
I loved him in Baltimore, and I talked about it so much. I said, that guy is the perfect Patriot. I'm like, he is built for the New England Patriots. And when they signed him, I was like, you guys don't understand what he's going to do to quarterbacks this year with the Belichick defense.
Let me ask you this. I got to ask you this because you mentioned this whole, is it Brady or is it Belichick? Belichick, right? And I'm thinking to myself, hold on a second. Because when you look back, I will say it's a Belichick mind frame. It's the way his press conferences, for crying out loud. Now, is it a gimmick? Who knows, right? Is he different in the locker room? I'm sure he is, right? But you tend to kind of like, when you've been one way for so long, and sometimes things change, right? You have younger players that are like, they don't understand the old way. I mean, look at us. We're 80s babies. What are you, 80? What are you, 84?
86.
86, all right? You're a couple years older than I am, right? But still, 80s babies, right? There are things that we do differently than these 90s kids and these 2000 kids, right? Like, my oldest is 18. She don't know nothing about the type of stuff that we dealt with and stuff like that. So
yeah, I got a 16-year-old that thinks she does, and I'm like, you don't
you catch
understand how
me.
easy this world is. You don't
Know the
understand how
deal.
easy.
You know the deal. So when you're sitting here watching Belichick deal with these young cats, and he's like, yo, maybe I just gotta change my ways, man. But like when you grew up with like the Richard Seymours, the
Yeah, the Willie McGinnis,
Willie,
Brewskis.
you feel me?
Yeah.
So like you had a and Brady saw that on the defense. He's like, okay, we have a way that we've got to conform ourselves. And when you win, this is the big one. When you
Yeah.
win and you see that this is how we have to be to win, then this is the way. This is the Patriot way. But last year was the kicker because there was no winning. So Belichick is like, holy shit, I've never been on this side before. Man, maybe I got to loosen up my grip a little bit and have a little more fun. So if we're gonna lose, I guess we're gonna lose having fun. So now that fun maybe has translated into this year, and
I
now you
think
see the difference.
there was a couple of key moments from like COVID had a big impact on him because I remember Damian Harris coming out and talking about just how Belichick, basically he said I wouldn't have wanted to be in any locker room but New England right now. Like just I guess the way Belichick was all about player safety. He's like
Right.
and Belichick was always about football first, right? Like player safety, And then I remember when I'm not trying to rehash shit, but when the George Floyd
Yeah.
I hate calling it incident, but when the tragedy happened, the George Floyd
Sure.
tragedy happened,
Yep.
Belichick stopped practices for 2 days. And he basically just held an open forum and gave the mic to Devin McCourty and the guys in that locker room and Cam and whoever and said, let's talk about this. You know what I mean? And guys just shared stories. And McCourty basically said, like, he's never been with a team that is unified. And he says, for Coach Belichick, there was a lot of events that happened. This is a coach, let's not forget, who wrote a letter of support to Donald Trump. Like, I can't ignore the past of what happened,
Of
right?
course.
But apparently he came out and basically just said, I made a mistake, with that letter and yada yada, whatever. But the biggest thing he got at was like, let's have this open forum. And McCourty was like, he's like, as leaders and captains, we were kind of shocked because that's not a Belichick thing. Like, there's been serious events before. Like, he wanted to practice after 9/11. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, football always came first.
Always.
All of a sudden, life became more important to Belichick than football, and I think you're right. And now it's just translated into football, so it's a very different attitude by him.
It is, man. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rico Report brought to you by the Buffalo Fanatics. I've got my guy Ray Rauth in the building right now, representing the Patriots. We're having a candid conversation. Listen, it's nice to talk to another fellow Canadian because there are some things that some of our American friends just they will never understand. You know what I mean? And how we say things and how we talk and certain things that we do around here, they don't get it. They don't get it. But by the way, I didn't tell you, I'm not in Ontario anymore, man. I'm in Nova Scotia.
Are you really?
Yeah, man. I moved out east. Craziness.
What the? Why?
Listen, man. Why does anybody ever move ever? Usually because of who? That's right, the lady. Right. So
she wanted to move. Oh, congratulations! By the way, I meant you just had a baby, right?
Yeah, man. He was just down here actually 2 seconds ago. She scared the shit out of me.
And you know what? I know that you're a new daddy again because you send me messages at 6:30 in the morning, and I said that's a dad with the baby. If you're up at 6:30 in the morning,
you know the drill. So let me switch the gear. Let's switch the gears a little bit. So you're looking at this Bills team from a Pats fan, from a Pat perspective. You're looking at this team, and I know that you see the inconsistencies, but what scares you about this Buffalo team?
17 scares the hell out
Why?
of me for many different reasons. And I just did a key to victory today.
Okay.
And Josh Allen can hurt you in so many different ways. And that's why I mean, 17 and 14, I should say. I mean, Stephon Diggs I just wrote an article last week on Dean Blundell, and I just said, like, nobody has feet like Stephon Diggs, or Diggs. Like, he's and I think being from Minnesota, then going to Buffalo, I don't think he gets the love in the league that he deserves because he's fucking. If people are going to sit there and tell me Tyreek is one of the greatest of all time, Tyreek Hill, then Stephon Diggs has to be up in that conversation too, because he's outstanding what he can do. He's not just a speedster. The move that he did on was it Lattimore? He put the
Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah, that he put the move on. I mean, that was disgusting. Like the way he opened up his hips and went, like, I watched film breakdown on that. I was just so like, away from being a Patriots fan, I'm just like a football junkie, as most people
Yep.
know. So like, I just sat there watching film on that. He's discussing, and I love great players. And Josh Allen is a great quarterback, and he's a great receiver. But so you got him, who he's going to go man to man with JC Jackson. It's going to be a battle. I think they're both going to get the best of each other. I think he's going to burn him for one. I think JC is going to get on top of him for one. I think it's going to be a good battle back and forth.
Let me tell you, man, JC remembers what happened last year, and I guarantee you he's not trying to have that happen again.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not. But Josh Allen, my thing about it, and this is what so my key to victory, this is, and I don't know how you do this. I just said this is the key to victory. I gave no solution on how to do it, but I said to really beat them, I talked about winning in the trenches, running the football and stopping your run. Because if you guys get the run game going, the Patriots are screwed, because then it's the whole field is open for you. But if you can just stop the run game of Buffalo, which has been so inconsistent this year, who knows what run game is going to show up. But Josh Allen can stand in the pocket and fire a ball 50 yards down the field and just torch you to a Stephon Diggs. Or nothing's open, so he's going to run for 25 yards. Or it's going to look like he's ready to run for 25 yards, and then he's going to throw it 30 yards down the field. The only thing that I think the Patriots can do is play a quarterback spy and contain him and try to make him one-dimensional, where he has to throw the football all the time. And it's not like that makes things really easy, but when it's one-dimensional, you're not worrying about two different plays. I think we do have the dogs to do it. I think Adrian Phillips has the speed and the open field tackle prowess to be able to do it. However, when you take a safety and put him in the box and put him as a spy, that opens things up. But you guys did something really interesting in New Orleans last week that I hadn't seen you do all season. And it was on the opening drive. You ran the ball 7 times, and it was a mix of running backs and Allen, and it was designed runs from the shotgun, which fuck off. You know what I mean? That's Lamar Jackson type of play calling. But you didn't go, he checked, it was short passes, it was safe passes, it was comfortable. And you drove that field on that opening drive. And I watched it and I went, this could be a problem. Like if the run game is effective, this could be a problem, because the Patriots, the Patriots are going to play zone, because you guys have been torched on zone twice in the last 3 weeks. But you guys beat the zone. For whatever reason, Sean Payton, I don't know what he was thinking last week. He went man-to-man with you a lot of that game. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. But you guys beat the zone. And I think that's why. I think he played in zone, and you just drove the field and scored, that he went, shit, I got to try something else. You know what I mean? Because the zone killed. And if you guys, if Josh Allen can execute like that, and because the one thing I've noticed, now some Buffalo fans have blamed Daboll, some have blamed Allen, so I don't know where it lies.
Man, you're all up in the Buffalo rumblings, man. You hear everything.
First of all, I'm from Toronto, so it's all over the place. But number two, I enjoy good football and great players. And my love for Josh Allen. He's one read and out. That's the only thing that I would criticize him about. Like, he doesn't really go through his progressions. He's very quick to get out of the pocket. So if the Patriots can spy him and keep him there, I'm hoping that it's enough to rattle him enough that with his one read and out, and then he tries to take off, and then Adrian Phillips is in front of him, we can slow him down a little bit. However, I think that Josh Allen is good enough to stand in the pocket and throw the football. And then, Dawson Knox, what a season he's having for you guys. It's
phenomenal season.
Yeah. He may never play like this again, because he hasn't up till now. You know what I mean? But take advantage. I think that if you just let them play single high, let them play Jackson with McCourty on top and take Diggs out of the game and just kill them with Beasley and Knox. You know what I mean? Because you can do it. And just and I'm going to put this on Daboll, if he can have the patience just to play the slow game and not want to go for the home run. You know what I mean? So that's to me the keys of victory, because 17 scares the shit out of me.
I don't think that's a Daboll thing. That is a Allen thing. Josh Allen is the one that wants to go for the gusto. Like check downs, that's not Josh Allen's game. He won't take a checks down. If there is a way I can get that ball 15 yards and I can move the chains, I'm gonna do it. Check down, that's for the chumps. I don't do that anymore. That's not his game. Now he needs to have the patience to do that. If it's not there, take it. A lot of times, Bills fans just get frustrated with Josh's what they call hero ball, where he tries to do everything on his own. Everything's put on his shoulder, and he's got broad shoulders, but you just can't do those things, right? Now, you mentioned something about our run game, and I found that very interesting. You're like, our run game is somewhat there, but it's inconsistent. Fam, we have not had a run game all year, right? Zach Moss has been a disappointment this year, to the point where he got inactive. He was deactivated, and Matt Breida started over top of him. Now, the one thing that I will say that is actually a silver lining in this is that Matt Breida has given us a bit of a spark. Although, if you look at the numbers last week, you'd be like, what, 2.9 yards a carry, 29 yards. It's not, I'm not scared of that. Don't be enamored by the numbers, because there was a spark given, because now you have to respect the speed, right? Devin Singletary is motivated than ever. That boy is running for 5 yards a carry this year, so he can run the ball. And I know you know about it, because just last year we had a game where we ran for like 200 yards.
I like Devin Singletary. I was really actually last year kind of disappointed in him because he was a second year last year, right?
Second year,
No.
that's right.
Yeah, second year. And I thought he took a step back from his rookie year. And because I really like Devin Singletary, I thought he had a chance of being one of the best running backs in the league. I know it sounds crazy. And I do that a lot, though. I overhype Bills players a lot. I don't know why. Like, honest to God,
it's not a you thing. It's an us thing. Guess what? We hype up freaking Matt Judon. We hype up Mac. Well, I mean, I don't know if Mac hyping up Mac Jones, but we hype up.
I don't know. Tyrod Taylor was going to win you guys a Super Bowl in my eyes at one point. Okay, so just
it's a little crazy.
Just
a little crazy. Now you mentioned that you're okay. So 17 and 14 is scary on offense.
Yeah.
Are you versed enough to know who scares you on the defensive side of the ball? Or are you like, I'm not really saying.
Yeah.
Because, Bills defense, one of the tops in the league.
They are. I do. Give me 1 second, because I'm terrible with names. That's why I usually use numbers.
Don't even stress it, man. Safeties, corners, what you want.
Well, I mean, you guys got probably one of the top safety I mean, you talked about it. You told me about that from my one article, but I do that. You guys got one of the best safety combos in the league.
For sure, 100%.
You've also got, I think he's an inside linebacker that I really like.
Tremaine Edmonds.
Yes.
Tremaine Edmonds or Matt Milano, which one?
Both. I like Milano. I think Milano can be slow at times, but I like Milano. Trey Edmonds is a pain in the ass. And he worries me against our run game, because he's a guy who's strong enough to stop our run. I hate strong linebackers, because when you're a ground and pound team, yes, Hightower. I love him on my team, but I hate playing against strong linebackers, because when you're a ground and pound team, and if you look, I mean, Mac Jones only throwing the ball 23 to 24 times a game. They're running the football a lot, and they're sticking to their run game. Again, it wasn't working last week, but we got it going. The Buffalo's a team. Even though Jonathan Taylor ran all over you, I think Jonathan Taylor's the MVP, so I think he's going to run over everybody. It's the same way when people talk about Diggs, how he killed Jackson last year. I'm like, Stephon Diggs killed everybody last year.
He had a monster. You're right.
Yeah, he killed everybody. So it's I can't say that, but yeah, no, you guys got strong. Milano's strong. Edmonds is strong, and you can stop the run game, and that's what scares me, because I don't want Mac Jones throwing the ball 35 times. It's just, that's not the winning formula for the Patriots.
So what do you say to fans altogether saying Mac Jones ain't shit? All he does is throw for dink and dunk all the way down the field. He doesn't, like, you get him to throw deep and throw over the top, and this is where his weakness is. His comfort zone is just throwing the little shallow passes, the dump offs here and there. What do you, how as a fan, as someone that watches the game and knows your team, how do you feel about when fans say that? Are you like, man, you guys just don't know? Or, no, you're right?
I have two responses to that. Number one, I think like Mac Jones is third for completed passes, 20 plus yards this season. So there's a little bit of a misconception of what he does.
Okay.
Number two, I watched the Patriots win 6 Super Bowls with a dink and dunker. So I mean, I don't like, to me, it's just win. I don't care if listen, here's what I say. The Baltimore Raven fans watched them win a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer as their quarterback, right? Like, it doesn't matter how they play or how they play, just win. The Patriots on a 6-game win streak. So that's all I care about. And again, I would like to see Josh, if I'm speaking totally objective here, fan side aside, I'd like to see Josh Allen be a little bit more of a dink and dunker. Not all the time, because he can hit the home run ball, but control the game, manage the game a little bit better. You know what I mean? There's nothing, I tell this to people all the time, there's nothing wrong with being a game manager, especially if you have the ability to hit the home run ball when you need to, or the hero ball, whatever you guys call it. You know what I mean? You dink and dunk, you throw it to Beasley, you throw it to Knox. What do? You got to bring the safeties down. Now you got Diggs wide open down the field, right? And it's done.
Ray, you're not lying, man. Like, listen, there's a lot of Bills fans ask for that. Hey, man, it's okay to take the dump off. There was a play. It was a smash route, right? Two like our slot receivers hit the sideline, and then we had a corner route. And Josh is sitting there just waiting for that corner to open up, Meanwhile, two of these flat receivers are sitting there wide open. He doesn't want to take it. So that's why I say it's not on Dable. This is a Josh thing, that he's a stubborn guy that just wants what he wants, and I'm gonna take it because I got that gun, and that gun's gonna get me where I need to go. But that also gun gets you in trouble. Ask Brett Favre, one of the freaking most thrown interceptions in the freaking league, if not number one, right? So that stands out to me. But I like the fact that you say that Tremaine Edmonds does pose a problem, because he was 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", 250, runs a 4.5 40, sideline to sideline speed. He has sometimes, I mean, he's been better, but sometimes his awareness is a little off, where play action, right? Or it's a he's all the way over here and the play is over here. So you're like, what you doing over here? Like, I need your eyes to be where the ball is, right? So, but he's been much better. It's nice to have Milano and Edmonds both there, healthy. That's a big one. But I mean, we can't ignore the elephant in the room with Trey White being injured. Does
that was a big one. That was a big one for you guys.
As a Pats fan, are you like, okay, this changes things, or does that not change anything for the way your offense is run?
If we weren't in the same division, it would probably be more to me than not, because even though, put the record aside, because if I wanted to come here and talk shit, I would just talk about the Buffalo Bills record to the Patriots when Tom Brady was there. However, how many of those games were settled by a touchdown or less? You know what I mean? They weren't a lot of blowouts. It's a divisional game. How many times have we lost to Miami? Miami's 3 wins all year, and 2 of them are against the Patriots. You know what I mean? Like, it's
match up well.
Yeah, it's just divisional shit happens. Look, Trey White, you're probably one of the only teams in the league that traded away the draft pick for Patrick Mahomes and can go, we got Tre'Davious White. You know, like, it's and be fine with not having Mahomes, right? Where I think 30, maybe 29 other teams would be like, shit, we could have had Patrick Mahomes and we got, list whatever bum here. But you guys got who, I mean, he's Gilmore territory as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? Like, he should be looked at as a top 5 in the NFL. How he's Jalen Ramsey territory. How could he not be? I don't know if you find that disrespectful. If you do, I apologize. I was trying to compliment him. However, you've got 2 cornerback coaches. One is a head coach, 2 secondary coaches. And Buffalo for a long time was missing a good coach. And Sean McDermott, to my, as a fan, to my dismay, is a great coach. I miss the Rex Ryan days, to be real with you. Like, or Wade Phillips. Like, I miss those days for you guys. I wish you'd get them back. But Changaley, that was another good year.
Oh, gotta love Changaley. Gotta love freaking the Mortician.
Yeah, but the fact that you've got two really good secondary coaches, one being your head coach, you can't replace Tre'Davious White, but you can. You do have the opportunity to do things, especially. I mean, you could go single high safety and use one of your other safeties in coverage and elsewhere, right? And that's where Buffalo's deep. I mean, we win it, like, Buffalo is super deep. That's why I had them going to the Super Bowl this year in the AFC, because they weren't just their offense, they were the defense as well.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, how do you feel as a Buffalo? I mean, I heard you say the Super Bowl's not over. I've seen some of the reactions of Tre'Davious White over, and I'm like, chill,
Oh, you got some people out there saying, hey, our Super Bowl chances are done because Trey White is injured. Man, sit down for a quick second. Just take a timeout and then come back when you're ready to, be a normal individual. But how do I feel about this team and this us losing Trey White? Listen, it's a big loss. It is, because he essentially does 2 things. He cuts the field in half, right? Forces young quarterbacks like Mac Jones to say, oh, Trey White's over there, I'm going to go on this side. I'm not even going to look that side. That's already embedded in some of these young quarterbacks' minds. Now that it's not there, it's like, okay, well, maybe I can try that side of the field. So now you've opened up the whole field to Trey White being out. That's number 1. Number 2, he brings veteran presence. He brings a fun, light, keep things light, keep things going, a very intelligent individual. And you made a good point. And you said you have 2 secondary coaches, right, that know what the hell they're doing, know how to coach up. And I mean, listen, I'm going to throw in another defensive coach in Leslie Frazier. Leslie Frazier is played in the league and knows the game, right? Now, one thing that Trey White has spoken about, excuse me, and that's our DB coach. All right. And people don't talk about our DB coach enough. And he is the epitome of the success that we have when it comes to our DBs. And that's Butler. All right. So Butler is one that is keeping these guys in line. So Trey White being out, it's a blow, but Dane Jackson step up. And guess what, Dane, you got Poyer and Hyde behind you. You're good. You got protection. Levi Wallace is having a solid year. I'm not saying he's having an elite year, but he's having a solid year where he's not a liability, right? Because at times we were like, man, we need to draft another corner to make sure that we can. But every time that we bring a corner in, he beats the corners out and then remains as cornerback too. So do I worry? Yes, but I'm not concerned to the point where like our hopes are doomed because we have a very, very good defense. We swarm to the ball. And looking at your offense side of the ball, Kendrick Bourne's playing all right. I got to give it to him. He's playing pretty good football. Jacoby Myers. Has Jacoby Myers gotten the end zone yet? Because I know the
he
running.
did.
He did?
Against Cleveland. and Brian Hoyer threw the pass. Mac was already sitting. Mac was already sitting for garbage time. Yeah.
Jacoby Myers has been deprived of the end zone, and finally he gets in the end zone. Nelson Aguilar, when you guys picked up Nelson Aguilar, I was like, ooh, that's a big pickup because now they got an element to the game of speed. Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, I was like, okay, they picked up some guys that can, that dynamic. But are they?
John has been very disappointing this year.
He has
they
been.
haven't been able to get him in. Hunter is, you know what? I mean, I think people were expecting a Gronkowski clone, which I was like,
it's not the same.
Rob Gronkowski's a top 3 tight end of all time. Like, let's chill out here. But he's done what he's got to do. He's got seven touchdowns this year. They're all red zone receptions, and we even had a tight end who can catch a ball in the red zone in 2 years since Gronk left. So that's where he's been a really key piece of the team. But this team is a run team. This is a run first team. And then again, I'm not gonna say dink and dunk, but a lot where Buffalo is gonna be dangerous, the same way the Titans were dangerous, is we beat a lot of bad coaches with gimmicks. Right, like very, very. I agree. By the way, Bourne Aguilar, I take that the way it's been going. Do you know Lawrence Owen from Cold Slaw, who's
just had him on the show actually last week?
Yeah, so he was doing film breakdowns for me this year for all different Patriot players, and he did one on Jacoby Myers, Aguilar, Bourne, and everybody in Patriotsville, like fuck, Pat's Nation, that's what we're called. Yep. We're like, oh, Jacoby Myers is your next Julian. It's the next Julian Edelman. He's the next Jules. He's next Jules. And Lawrence came out and said Kendrick Bourne is your next Edelman, and he's going to be your best receiver by the end of the season. And I said, are you sure? He goes, no, he's going to be your best, and he's starting to show. But we do run a lot of gimmicks, right? We run a lot of sweeps. We run a lot of gimmick plays, a lot of misdirection. McDermott is smart enough to stop that, So it's.
Listen, McDermott he has his faults. When it
every
comes
coach
to
does.
You feel me? So,
dude, I asked the other day on Sunday. I was like, "Is it ever 4 down territory for the Patriots? Like ever? You know what I mean? Like they don't go for it on 4. It was 4th and 3 from like it was they kicked a 53-yarder which they missed. I'm like, it's 4th and 2 or 4th and 2. I'm like, just go for it. If you don't get it, who cares?
Well, here's the thing: McDermott is starting to be 4th and 2. Hey, stay on the field. Let's go. 4th and 3. I trust you guys. And don't forget, if we don't go for it, we are very confident in our kicker Tyler Bass. That boy is kicking ass. And when I say, man, we make a T-shirt out of that.
He's on my fantasy team. I know how well he's doing.
He's kicking ass, man. That boy's legit. So shout out to him. By the way, shout out to my guy New Mexico EJE says, Rico, something I never thought I'd ever see in a Patriots fan. Humbleness. It's refreshing. Look at you, Ray.
I'm Canadian. That's why.
Yes, sir. My man Bobby Glean comes in and says, "Yo, stop the run and stop those trick Pats plays." Are you guys a trickery
that's
team?
It. Yeah,
you guys do a lot of are you guys a big trick play team?
A lot. Not in your traditional. We have a couple where like Kendrick Bourne, I think, has thrown for a touchdown this year. We have a couple of those, but one of the big one, like we do a lot of misdirection plays. We have a lot of. I mean, our wide receivers are going to run the ball at least 5 or 6 times a game.
Right.
Jonnu Smith is going to run the ball a couple times. We do a lot of draw plays, like a lot of more. I wouldn't call it trick. I call it misdirection plays. That's difficult.
Yep.
Sometimes by the time you guys like the defense figures out what's going on, the guy's already 15 yards. Sometimes the camera doesn't keep up with it. Like they're showing some pile in the middle, and all of a sudden it pans away, and the guy's 15 yards up the field with the ball. Like more than that. We have a couple of the fun plays. We've had a couple of those moments, but more misdirection.
So here's my question for you. So
Yes,
I'm looking at your offense, and I'm looking at N'Keal Harry. I'm looking at like who's the weapon?
Not N'Keal Harry.
No, I know, and you know what? He's a fellow Canadian. We know I mean, I wanted more. If he went somewhere else, I promise you this. If he went somewhere else, I think he would have been utilized way more than what he's been utilized.
I think so as well. N'Keal and I were born at the same hospital, by the way, so I'm tight with him. But I would say Bourne's probably the weapon. He's had I think 2 games this year over 100 yards. He's starting to rack it up. The last say 4 games we've really started to see it. But the Patriots are more, this is like old school Patriots time though. Back where there are no weapons, like everybody's capable. I guess you can call it, like everybody's capable.
Like that.
Again, this is a run first team. Damien Harris and Ramondre Stevenson, if I'm really going to say weapons, and I'll throw Brandon Bolden in there too, because like, I mean, third down screenplays are almost gimmies for first downs for him. Like for whatever reason, teams can't stop it. The running back set a lot up. The running back set a lot of stuff up. It forces teams to load the box, which is why Buffalo could be a difficult team, because you don't have to load the box to stop the run and you can keep your safeties up. If the Patriot, I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to ask what you should be worried about, don't be worried about it. I know what I'm worried about. But if the run game is working during the game and you got to start bringing safeties down to respect the run and you got to start loading the box,
game over.
That's where Mac Jones can kill you, because now he's going to start dumping on you, and it's just going to be yards after. It's going to be yak yards all the way up the field.
Let me tell you right now, this is my biggest concern when it comes to this team that we're facing. That double trouble running back, that gives me problems. Not because they're super elite speed. No, they are a downhill. Get out of my way. I'm gonna run your ass over. I mean, geez, Kyle Brandt even had them both on to get the scepter for freaking angry runs, because these guys, and this is a problem that our Bills have. We don't do well with power run style of running backs, right?
And we throw a fullback at you as well.
Who the fuck ever you guys want to send our way? It's problematic for us. And we sit here and talk about like, oh, we have such a solid defense, which we do. Right? When we've neutralized them, where our offense puts points on the board, now we've made them one-dimensional. That's where our defense really excels. But when it's back and forth, or we're behind the 8 ball, and you guys keep running the fucking ball down our throats, it's problematic. I just feel we don't have the girth enough. And I'm surprised I even said the word girth. We don't have the girth enough to even stop the run. Now, Star Lotulelei coming back is an anchor. That helps.
Yep.
Ed Oliver has been playing out of his mind lately. Then we got Greg Rousseau, that's been quiet, but he's still holding it down. We got Mario Addison's doing his thing. So we've got the pieces. We just got to come together and be disciplined enough. And I hate to say it, but if we slow down Harris and Stevens, is it Stevenson or Stevens?
Stevenson,
Ramondre. We slow those 2 guys down and force Mac Jones to beat us. I'd rather that.
I would too. I don't disagree with you. Any game that Mac Jones has been forced to put on his shoulder where he's got to throw 40 times has not been pretty.
That's where we win. Where we win.
Even if he's thrown for 300 yards, there's usually 2 interceptions in between there as well. No, Mac Jones, where he is in his development at this moment. Now, next year, 2 years from now, we may be having a different conversation. I got to see how he develops. But where he is right now, you absolutely want the Patriots to become one-dimensional. That's one thing, though, even losing, though, where I give Josh McDaniels a lot of credit, he doesn't get away from it. Even in games that they're down by 2 scores, he stays with the run. And he knows that's the formula, and he'll keep running the football.
I appreciate a coordinator like that. Don't go away from the things that give you success, even if it's not working, because you just never know when it's going to break out and get you back in the. I mean, I've seen it against us, where team is down, all of a sudden, 15-yard run, 7-yard run, 18-yard run, 43-yard run, all of a sudden touchdown. You're like, okay, what the hell just happened? That happened too damn quick.
And now you're a 3-and-out away from being in a lot of trouble.
There you go, right? Yeah. And the problem with my coordinator is sometimes he stays away from the things that were working, right?
Mhm.
Something may be working, it's working, and then all of a sudden he's airing the ball out 17 times straight. Like what happened here? What's going on? Why'd you walk away from a running back that's averaging 5 yards a carry? Continue that.
Well, I mean, the perfect example of that just in football, it was the Colts this weekend against Tampa Bay. I didn't realize, I found this out today. The Colts put on a string where they threw the ball 26 times. You've got Jonathan Taylor behind you with a lead in the third quarter, and you called 26 straight
It doesn't
pass
make any sense
plays.
to me.
It makes, and I don't know. Sometimes I just think coaches outsmart themselves.
They get too
They really do.
we call it cute. They're getting cute. Listen,
Yep.
you got the job already. You're a coordinator. Like, just maintain and win this game. Now, I'm going to look at your defense side of the ball because that's what kind of concerns me a little bit too. So, Judon is already a problem. Like, let me talk about our weaknesses first. Our weakness on the team is no question the O line, right? Deion Dawkins, love that dude, but it has not been the Deion Dawkins that we know him to be. And that's last year. Last year, he had a very solid year. Our left guard is it's a revolving door. You know what I'm saying? It's either bum after bum, and then we have one that's coming back in John Feliciano that we don't know what we're getting back, but I know it's going to be better than what was placed in there. Mitch Morse has been solid all year. Then you have Dare Williams at right guard has been solid, and then now we have a rookie coming back. So like we have a team of like just not great. Let's put it that way. And to the credit of Josh Allen, he's been having a freaking pretty much on par year that he had last year. To this day, he's got the same, if not very similar numbers: completion percentage, yards, touchdowns, interception rate. They're all pretty much the same. And he had almost an MVP type season last year. So, and he's doing it with a line that's been not so great. So now you tag in Christian Barmore. I don't know how often he's getting his touches, but he's a pretty
A
solid
lot.
player.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a beast.
Barmore is an issue. Okay. I really loved Ronnie Perkins. I don't know how much playtime he's getting with you guys, but I wanted Ronnie Perkins for the Bills. But you bastards picked up Ronnie Perkins.
So Ronnie Perkins has been inactive all year. He hasn't played yet.
Wow.
They're redshirting him. Yeah. They're
he's gonna be a fucking problem when he does play. I'll tell you that right now. He's gonna fucking problem. Anyway, and I'm looking at the rest of your squad. Kyle Duggar, he's playing fucking solid this year, man.
He's on his second year now, and he is just broke out. Like he came as what we're seeing this year is coming as average. This is what was advertised to us last season. It's not just, dude. I don't know how much you watch. He threw a hit on a tight end on the last game where he knocked the guy to leave the field. Like he hit him so hard in the stomach. Hollister, former Patriot, actually hit him so hard.
Hollister,
like he just fell over. He's become, and he's ball hawking.
I know Kyle Duggar because we were looking at Kyle Duggar. The Bills, I know, had him in for visits, and we were like, if we can pick up Kyle Duggar as our big nickel, this is nasty. And you jackasses took him.
Well, and we're comparing him to Rodney Harrison. We really are. Like we're seeing it.
I can't stand the Patriots. I really can't. Good people out there. I just don't like that logo, that color, everything about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Ray Rauth, great guy. Patriot, don't like him. Anyway, but this defense, I mean, Chase, I don't know how much Chase Winovich has been playing this year, but Chase, I mean, he was supposed to be a problem. But look at this defense of yours, man. Hightower, Judon, you know what I'm saying? JC Jackson's playing really well. Adrian Phillips, fam, like y'all got a fucking defense, man.
Yeah, and our best linebacker is actually probably Jawan Bentley. He's even though he's taken over a lot of the Mike role from Hightower, he's being groomed to be the next Hightower, and there's a lot of Patriot fans that want to see him get more time than Hightower because that's how well he's playing this year.
Well, listen, man. Either way, this defense has been they built this defense for this reason. They knew they were going to go with Mac Jones. They knew they weren't going to go with Cam, and right now Cam is looking like, it's unfortunate what Cam's looking like right now.
You don't like his 5.8 quarterback rating?
Yo, please just be quiet. Just be quiet for a quick second, okay? You know, feel me? So, but they knew what they were doing with Mac Jones when they brought Mac Jones in, and we're gonna build this defense. So it's I'm not saying that he's on Trent Dilfer level, clearly not, but it's Trent Dilfer like. We're gonna have a rookie. He's gonna do what he's do, but we're gonna play some fucking defense. And who better to lead this defense than head coach Bill Belichick? Y'all are really doing it right now. So
well, and that's my hope for Monday night, because what I saw against the Colts, what they did to you guys defensively, is what the Patriots can do to you defensively, especially against your because you mentioned the offensive line, and that's what I saw. The Patriots, and we've been missing that. The Patriots have been missing this for so long. I'm trying not to say we so much. The Patriots have been missing this so much, is that pressure up the middle, and we're getting it now with Barmore and Gotcha and Lawrence Guy. It's a really good combination, those three, but not just the pressure up the middle. I mean, Barmore, I believe right now has like the third most pressures from rookie or from defensive players. He's just you can't beat him one-on-one. He's being double teamed every time he's out there because he's one-on-one. He's just killing people. He's got the most pressures in the NFL from one-on-one.
Who's that?
And then Christian Barmore.
Man.
So they're getting the pressure right up the middle, but then you got the guys coming on the outside. That's not good for a Josh Allen, right? Who likes, who can move around the pocket, because he goes to take off and he gets cornered, right? And then where Josh Allen, where Allen's the most dangerous is when your offensive line holds up and there's that big gaping hole right in the two gap, and the safeties and corners are all down the field. And he's just like, see ya. This is a 25-yard run on, no problem.
Yep.
This is where I saw the Colts shut him down like this. And this is, I guess I would say, if I was going to hang my hat on what I think the Patriots could do, again, me saying 17 is the most dangerous player. If we could beat up, we got to win in the trenches. I said it. The key to victory is winning in the trenches,
100%.
both offensively and defensively, and containing Allen. And I think that the front seven, if you add Adrian Phillips into the mix and put the safety in the box, it's going to be tough for the. It's going to be a dirty game. I think this is going to be a real. I don't think. Here's my honest prediction. Either the Bills are going to blow the Patriots out, like it's going to be like the game in Foxborough last year, where it's just you blow the brakes off them, or this is going to be a dirty, like fucking like 20-17 game where it's just they're just both teams beating the shit out of each other. I don't think the Patriots are going to blow it on the other side. It's either going to be a blowout on one side or it's going to be a dirty game.
I talked about the weaknesses for the Bills, right? My O-line is the weakness. Where do you find the Patriots' weaknesses where the Bills will? If the Bills find this weakness, man, they're going to take full advantage of it. Where's the weakness on your Patriots? Whether it's offense or defense, what is it?
There's guys in the secondary you can pick on. You can pick on Jalen Mills, really, really easy. Again, J.C. Jackson's like our Trey White. I'm not comparing them. Trey White's better, but he can take away a side of the field like Trey can.
Okay.
And if you can't, they'll put like with Diggs. I don't even think the thing is, I don't think J.C. Jackson's going to cover Diggs. I actually think Jalen Mills is going to be on Diggs, and they're going to have a high safety on top. I think they're going to give him just double coverage treatment the whole game. And Belichick will never waste his best corner on double coverage. He'll move his best corner into single man. I don't know who he takes besides that, because you've got the old guy, right? And then
Emmanuel Sanders, you got Gabe Davis, you've got Cole Beasley, you got
probably take Sanders. I'm not sure who's going to be. See, we lost Jonathan Jones. The thing is, Jonathan Jones was our slot safety, our slot corner, was actually the fastest guy on the Patriots.
Yep.
So he used to, even though he was a slot corner, this actually could have been a game where he got a lot of Stephon Diggs with safety help on top, just because you match speed for speed. Beasley doesn't scare me anymore. There's something up with Beasley this year. He's not the player he used to be. And I'm not saying that disrespectfully. No,
I get it.
He's not who.
You know what it is? It's the emergence of Emmanuel Sanders. Sanders in playing time. He's Cole Beasley's situation. I don't want to call him situational, but somewhat is situational. But when he does go off, he goes off. So he may lull you for a couple games, and then he goes out for 12 receptions, 100 yards, and you're like, holy shit. We just got the 2021 first down plays off of passing. So you just never know with that. Hold on. I got to get to my super chats here. Bobby Glean comes in with a super chat. Appreciate you, Bobby. He says, we have to set the tone early, just like how we geared up against the Chiefs. No turnovers. Watch out for the Slater on special teams and play Bills effing football. I mean, shoot, that is always the plan, right? To try to limit the turnovers, because Bill Belichick, he eats, sleeps, dreams turnovers, right? And turn that ball over, problematic. That's where Belichick does not like that. And he prides himself on taking the ball over. And lately, Josh has got like 6 interceptions in the last 3 to 4 games. So we don't like that.
But if the Bills defense can play smart the Patriots offensive line is suspect at times. Trent Brown coming back has toughened it up a little bit. I mean,
Of course, yeah.
at the beginning of the season, it was a fucking turnstile. Even Isaiah Wynn on the left side, it was a turnstile. Mac Jones was getting, and teams don't blitz as much as they. I mean, they were blitzing Mac Jones. I think after the game 4, he was the most blitzed quarterback in the league. And now that the offensive line has gotten a little bit better, that people have had to respect it a little bit. However, I could see the Patriots. I think that if the Bills can come out and play smart, I'm not sure what they're doing, because this is a type of game they know, everybody knows it could turn into a dogfight, and y'all want to come in and set the tone, and we're going to stop those running backs, and we're going to put it in put it in Mac Jones's hands. This is the type of game that I could see Mac Jones throwing on the first 10 possessions or the first 10 plays of the game, right? Because you guys, you're just waiting for Harrison Stevenson, and he just exposes on the other side. If the Bills defense can stay true, you can get pressure on Mac Jones, and he's Brady.
With 4, or do we have to bring the blitz with you guys?
I've seen them get pressure with 4. You can turnstile, especially on the left side. You can turnstile Isaiah Wynn around. If you can get speed on the left side, he can get caught flat-footed a lot. Shaq Mason, who Patriot fans freaking love, who's the right guard, but I was an offensive guard. I played at high enough levels. I didn't get to the NFL, but I played at high enough levels. His footwork is probably the worst footwork I've ever seen, and he can get turned around a lot. They won't get beat by power. You're not going to outpower the offensive line. We're a power run team, so you're going to have power offensive linemen. But you can beat them with speed, especially on the outsides or attacking the right side of the interior. If you send somebody between the tackle, between Trent Brown, because Trent Brown's always going to go one-on-one with the defensive end. If you can sign a linebacker in between Trent Brown and Shaq Mason, you can turn Shaq Mason. Don't try to put it between David Andrews and Mason in the center, because David Andrews is the type of center that with one hand can hold one guy and help Mason with the other. Like he's a phenomenal center. He's so underrated as a center. I watch him play; he's phenomenal. But you can attack this offensive line. I would attack Isaiah Wynn on the left side of the tackle, and I would go right after Shaq Mason.
Now, I'm not going to let you just get your rocks off and talk about how good your defense is, because they are solid. But I will say though, we do have some solid pieces on this freaking defensive line, and we've been giving a lot of freaking teams fits, whether it's a lot of pressure with Jerry Hughes coming up the sideline, coming off the on the edge. You got Russo coming in, Boogie Basham when he does come in, he's been doing quite well. Ed Oliver has been a freaking menace. He's been a menace, and he's on to something right now. Him and Quentin Nelson went back and forth. I know they got the best of us in the run game, but that I think kind of woke up Ed Oliver, and he's been on a tear since that.
Oh yeah, my biggest fear is you guys are going to stop the run. That's my worry. You want to ask my biggest worry going into this game?
We need to.
You're capable of it. You're capable of it with the team. Your defense is set up to beat our type of runners. That's the thing. If they execute properly,
we're about to find out.
This game, I'm telling you, with Trey out, this is where this is impactful. With Trey out, I think this team matches up really well on both sides. Yes, Josh Allen's better than Mac Jones, but there's things that we can do, or the Patriots can do, that are better. It's a lot of this is going to come down to coaching, and I like McDermott. I mean, I think this is going to be a really, really good game between two really good coaches with talented teams who have their weaknesses but have their strengths. Two completely different identities. You know what I mean? So, but they match up very well on what they do well and what they do bad. So it's going to be, if I was offensively, I would pick on Jalen Mills unless he's on Stephon Diggs, or because that means it's McCourty's on him too.
Bill Belichick being silly enough to leave Stephon Diggs one-on-one with the safety.
He would with JC. He would with JC Jackson. It all depends. You know where we went wrong with Diggs last year too, though, and I said this after the game.
Okay.
And first of all, that was the game too that the Bills sold me. It's one thing to win a dirty game in Buffalo. When you walked into Gillette Stadium, I don't give a fuck how bad the Patriots were. Right. You walked into a divisionals team game in prime time and blew the fucking brakes off them. Like that was when I was sold.
It felt good.
That it should have, but it felt awful on our side. But they didn't play physical with Diggs, and they respected the speed. And JC doesn't have the speed to stay with Diggs. I want to see him lock him up at the line. You know what I mean? Bump him, throw him off, because the pass rush is good enough to disrupt Josh Allen to get rid of that if you can just hold him for half a second. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
play physical.
Okay.
And JC will take his pass interference calls. He does every game, but that's a part of being a physical corner.
It happens. I'm going to get to my man Ismael Manero. He says, yo, Mac is an excellent rookie. Still got to see a top 5 defense, though. With Starback, Bills defense, not the same without him. Got to recognize the value. 100% for my guy, Ismael Manero. Ismael Manero comes back and says, yo, the rise of Knox has silenced Beasley. You're absolutely right with that. That's a great point because Beasley, although very effective, but there's a lot more trust now going Dawson Knox's way. There was no trust last year. The ball's being dropped, the inconsistent pass blocking and run blocking. So now he's put his game together. Ever since he's gone to tight end university, he's been a different guy, right? It's like he's unlocked the potential that we knew he had, the physical abilities to be able to get downfield. So he's got all the confidence in the world right now. So that makes a difference with how we use and utilize Cole Beasley. I got another super chat coming in from my man, Space Oddity. He comes in and says, every Bills win has been by 15 points or more, according to DVOA. We are the most inconsistent team of all time. We are, everyone knows we're inconsistent, even though our own team does. That's why this game is as crucial as they come, because we get to go up against a team that is pretty much keeping us from winning the freaking division. You know what I'm saying? We took back the lead, and then they got back the lead again. And it's going to be like that until the end. Like, the way they scheduled this damn schedule is amazing.
It's almost like they knew. It's almost like they knew.
Crazy, isn't it? You gotta be kidding me. Come on, man. You got the Bills playing the freaking New England Patriots. Then we go right back to play the freaking Tom Brady and the Bucks. Are you kidding me? Who else? We got, and then we play the Panthers, the Wheeling Panthers, and then we play you guys again. Then we play the Falcons, and then the Jets. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just gonna be interesting. We just need these 2 games are crucial for us to finish this season quite strong. So before we get out of here, man, listen, by the way, I want you guys to give a shout out to my guy Ray Rauth. If you guys have not followed him, do me a favor. Follow my guy Ray Rauth, DPN Ray, right? DPN underscore Ray?
DPN underscore Ray, yeah.
DPN underscore Ray. What the hell's the DPN?
It stands for Dear Pats Nation, way back in the day. Old
You're
school.
lame. You are so lame.
Old school. It's now called Talking Football with Ray. So
I got you. So DPN underscore Ray, give my guy a follow. He's writing pieces for DeanBlandell.com, I believe it is. Dude, I'm telling you right now, man, if you guys want to follow objective follow, listen, I try to bring on guests that are not homers. You guys know that. We had Coleslaw that was very objective, loves his team, but objective at the same time. And you guys know me, I'm as objective as they come. I get fired up, but sometimes I know when it's time to hang it up or it's time to throw the towel in, right? So give my guy a follow real quick. I got my guy Raven187 says, probably not at CR. Oh, he's talking to CR. Hold on. Ismael Monero says, yo, drops Knox. LO, 1 drop all season. Yo, he's been actually pretty solid, man. 1 drop all season. So before you get out of here, I do a couple segments with my guests. And I have them kind of help me out with a few things. All right. So what I'm going to do is we're going to play a game. All right. This game is called 2 words. All right. I'll name something, someone, and you just give me the first 2 words that come to your mind. Sound easy enough?
Easy enough. People
say it's easy, and then they're like, so I don't want to see DPN Ray stuttering all over the place. Are you ready?
I stutter on the best of days, so don't worry about it.
Here we go. Two words to describe Mac Jones.
Nice, developing nicely.
Developing nicely. Okay, good. You see, I told you, you got the stuttering. 2 words to describe the Bills' run game. And now it's the Bills run game. You got Matt Breida and you've got Devin Singletary.
Possibly scary.
Possibly scary. I like that. 2 words to describe this Monday Night Football game coming up.
Oh, fucking awesome.
my man. 2 words to describe Bill Belichick. This version of Bill Belichick.
The GOAT.
Period.
The GOAT.
Nothing about it. No. I like it. I got a couple more, and then we'll go from there. J.C. Jackson.
Oh. Crazy tough.
Crazy tough. And listen, if you want to elaborate on any of these, and you're like, man, I can't just give you 2 words. I got to give you more. By all means. All right. A couple more. When you're looking at this Bills defensive front, Addison, Jerry Hughes, Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver, you name them. 2 words that come to mind.
I need like 4 words. Pain in the ass.
I hope they are a pain in your fucking ass, because we fucking Lord knows we fucking need that shit. For real. All right. So, my man, last but not least, there's a segment that a lot of my viewers love, right? And I have a segment called Say It With Your Chest. Now, Say It With Your Chest, some people take it as, listen, I give them the opportunity to say what they want, whatever's on their chest. Like for Pat's Nation, if you've been hearing too many rumblings for Pat's Nation and you want to get something off them and say, hey guys, what's up? Or you have a message for Bills Mafia, you have a message for this game, this is an opportunity for you to talk your shit if you want, right? Or give warning, give whatever, but your opportunity. So gather yourself, and when we come back, say it with your chest. Say it with chest. Say it with chest. Say it with chest. Say it with chest. Say it. Let's go.
I'm going to talk to a very small portion of the Bills Mafia. I understand you're confident, and I understand that you want to come at me and talk your shit. But I talk about football for a fucking living, so I can talk shit with the best of them. And I invite you to talk shit. The first time I met your boy right over there, he was talking mad shit about me and laughing at the old Patriots. But you motherfuckers on Twitter, if you come at me, don't block me, you fucking cowards. And if anybody in here did come at me and block me. And I don't talk about your mother. I don't talk about your wife. I don't talk about what I did with your wife. I just fucking take your words and I make you look stupid. I've been blocked by way too many Bills fans these last 2 days who came at me. It wasn't the other way around. Y'all fucking came at me and you just couldn't handle the heat. You guys are good. If you want the fucking, if you want the smoke, you got to take the heat. That's what I need to go.
My man, DP and Ray. Listen, let me tell you, there's been some really good say it with your chest. My man Lawrence came in when he came with some fire, and he said, you guys better fucking watch out when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, stopping the run. And they gave it to us. But you went directly at Bills Mafia. And I love it. I'm gonna say something. I never understood the individuals that block people. What are you, soft? I'm blocking you because I don't want to hear what you. Come on, fam. Like, honestly. And then they're coming to you.
I get it if I come to you. And there was a couple that I went at people who weren't shit talkers, but I just didn't like what they said. And I get that. But when you come onto my feed and my thread and my timeline and give your opinion, you better fucking be ready to get it back.
Give it to him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, man, I appreciate. Listen, my man. Look at Ismael Monero says, "Yo, say what you chat." I don't know what to say. Cheat. Monero thinks he's hilarious. You're a comedian, Monero. But honestly, appreciate you coming on, Ray. Always, obviously, it's love, man. My man Monero's trying to get his thing off, right? It's the Puerto Rican, the TF Puerto Rican. I got you, Monero. I got you, fam. Appreciate you coming through, man. If you guys enjoyed the show with my man DPN Ray Rauth, you guys can follow him on Twitter. You guys, you still got the YouTube channel popping?
Yeah, Talking Football with Ray on YouTube, and you can find my podcast. It's called Talking Football with Ray, either up on the podcast networks, wherever, or at deanblundell.com is where you can find all my content.
Love it, man. Dude does it for a living, man. He can sit here and talk with the best of them. So I appreciate you coming through. Listen, man, it's gonna be a fun game this Sunday, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. If we lose this game, I lose my shit, right? But I can't let you leave without giving me a score prediction. I hate score predictions. Can't stand them, but I got to do it. So I'm going to start with you, sir. What is your score prediction? Now, before you do, I'll give you a chance to think about it. I got a super chat coming in from my man, Chris Matlock. Pats ain't played nobody at full strength in this stretch. Mafia. Oh, shit. Here they come.
Oh, fuck.
Here they come.
Neither of the Bills.
I know. I keep telling people, stop fucking doing that shit. We haven't played shit either. We played a Saints team that had Trevor Simeon and freaking T. Jones, freaking Terrence, where the fuck the running back was. No receivers. Like, Stop with this, Bills Mafia. Enough. We haven't played shit either. And we lost to the goddamn Jaguars. Be quiet. We can't do that shit.
That was my response to everybody this week. Oh yeah, well you just beat. Yeah, I bet you will beat the Jaguars. So
We're not in a position to talk shit. Enough already. Anyway, I gave you enough time to freaking talk your shit, and I need you to stop stalling.
yeah.
Give us.
I'm gonna go. Can I give you 2 predictions?
I'm gonna give it to you. You can give me 2 predictions. Nobody's given me two predictions yet, but
Uh,
Ismail gave us his. He says 28-24 Bills. Okay. And
I'm
if
gonna
you
go.
guys have any score predictions you guys want to give out, throw them in the chat right now. If you love this show, do me 2 favors. Smash that like, not for me, but for my guest over here. All right. Number 2, give me my microphones. You guys know how I like my microphones. If you guys love the show, throw the mics on the screen. Let's go. Give me a score prediction. Let's go.
All right, my first one's gonna be 24-20 for the Patriots. My second one's gonna be 36-21 for the Bills. Like I said, either you're gonna blow the brakes off of us, or we're gonna win, or it's gonna be real tight. So that's gonna be my 2 score predictions.
So we're giving 2 score predictions, are we? All right. So I'm gonna match your energy. If the Bills win, it's a tight one. All right. It's gonna be something like 24-21, 2017. You know what I mean? Maybe it's like within 6. It's going to be something like that. 23-20, 23-17, something of that nature. If the Bills win. If the Bills lose, it's a blowout.
Wow. So we're going the opposite directions.
I think we get blown out. I personally do not like this matchup. I don't like this matchup. I think we're built for a team like the Chiefs, where it's high flying, throw the ball, and quarterbacks running all over the place. We aren't built to take on, you know what I mean, in the trenches, running backs that run downhill. I just don't feel that we are built like that. So I think, in all honesty, if I'm making one prediction, I think we lose this game. I don't feel good about it. I felt this way when we played the Pittsburgh Steelers week 1. I was like, guys, I don't feel good about it. Oh, we're going to wax them. We lose, right? So I'm not feeling good about it. I don't feel good to even say that. But if we're doing 2 score predictions, if it's a Bills win, it's a close one. And if it's a loss, it's a rout. They actually wax us real good. And then we're back to asking questions. What the fuck are we? Or we're back and we're back on top. And now the Bills are all over freaking social media. Everybody's talking about us. We'll see.
And to be real, if y'all win this game, I think that forget the shit talking for a second. If y'all win this game, the NFL has to take you serious. Like I said, I think this is a measuring stick game for both teams.
Listen, I'm with you, man. The NFL is going to take one of this team seriously, because right now you beat the Bills, you're 5 wins or 6 wins straight.
It'll be 7 in a row.
It'll be 7 in a row, and that solidifies you as top spot. And now, you know what I'm going to be sick to hear? Oh, could this be a New England Patriots versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Oh, I'm sick of it. I don't want to hear shit.
I may honestly resign from my job if that actually happened, just so everybody knows, because I couldn't handle fucking Patriots / Brady fans if that actually happened. It would make me sick.
I know, I'm telling you, man. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's the show. Listen, man, Ray, I appreciate you coming through, man. Guess what? Guess who's coming in on Friday?
Tyson
coming on Friday, man.
That's me entertaining. I'm gonna watch that.
No, you better watch that, because
he's not as objective as I am.
Definitely not. I'm telling you, people, you guys want to tune in on Friday, because a lot of fans have been they're having enough. They've had enough of this Tyson. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, Master at Work has been getting under Bills fans' skin for so long. I mean, listen, fam, they took 2 losses last year. He's heard us all year. Now he's got his opportunity to talk his shit. So he's got his opportunity to come through on there. I hope he doesn't try to make an edit of me and try to, you know what I mean, maybe look like a dumbass on screen, because he's good at what he does. But we will have him on Friday's show. Let him talk his shit and go from there. But other than that, folks, listen, tune in next Friday. Appreciate you guys coming through, man. My man Ray came through. Ray, I appreciate you, man. You were amazing. We'll have to do this more often, bro.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we got another time to do this, because of what? Couple weeks,
3 weeks, right? Couple weeks, yeah. I'm down.
Back at it, man. So appreciate you, man. Have a good one. We'll salute, and we'll talk soon, brother.
Take it easy, buddy.
Yes, sir. Well, that's my guy, Ray, DPN Ray. Y'all need to go follow my guy, man. He's legit. He's good dude, man. And I pride myself on bringing on guests that they're not all, you know what I'm saying, like, no, like, you know what I'm saying, unless it's for entertainment purposes, like Master at Work. But he's actually a good dude when you put all the nonsense past, right? But other than that, folks, listen, man, I don't feel good about this game. I don't feel good. If we win and we put a game plan together, great. Now, I didn't have an opportunity to touch base and give you guys my keys to victory and my keys to winning this. Let me tell you something right now. We want to win this game. And that's fact when I tell you this. This is all good. It's going to be all about coaching. Coaching. McDermott has got to pull all the stops. Open all your books, dust up all your fucking books that you got in your office, and figure something out. Because we need this game. We can't be up and down and winning teams, beating teams that we should beat, and then losing teams that we should be competing against. And then we want to call ourselves contenders. Well, this is, like my man Ray said, this is the measuring stick, right? We thought the measuring stick was beating the Chiefs. Well, guess what? A few people beat the Chiefs. Now they're surging right now. They're doing very well right now in terms of winning. We need to start doing the same. Start stacking wins and stacking memorable wins, wins that actually need to count. This one needs to count. We need this one. This is for the division. Even if we lose this game, we play the Bucs next week. You see what the Bucs did? They ran down the throats of their opponent, of the Colts. Funny enough. We can't go on back-to-back losing. We've got to get this win. We need this win. I just don't feel good about it. Make me feel good. I mean, I need to go this week and find ways and see how we're gonna come back. Now, the thing that stands out to me a lot is that we're getting healthy. We've got guys coming back. We've got Star Lotulelei coming back. That makes me feel a little bit better. Hopefully. He's coming back, but is he of condition to come back? You know, is he conditioned enough? Is he gonna be you feel me? I mean, we got Spencer Brown coming back. Spencer Brown is a mauler, yes. Pass protection, different ball game. So we're gonna find out what we're truly fucking made of. We'll see. Mac Jones, are we gonna make rookie Mac Jones look like a goddamn rookie? Mac Jones is a good player, but he ain't Tom Brady. Y'all, I'm hearing all these people talk about, you know what I mean, next Tom Brady, he's this, that. But listen, stats are stats, numbers are numbers. He's completing 70% of his passes. Yes, they are short dink and dunks here and there. But like my man Ray said, don't listen to all the bullshit because he's actually third in the league with passes of 20 plus yards or more. So this is going to be interesting. 70% completion percentage. He's throwing for 240 yards a game. Fellas, 16 and 8 interceptions, 24 sacks. He can be sacked. He's going to be interesting, man. Damian Harris. He's the lead back. He's got 154 attempts. Ramondre Stevenson right after him. These guys are both going for four yards a pop. Ramondre's at 4.5 yards a pop. These guys run downhill. It scares me. That scares me. And then you got Nelson Aguilar and you got Kendrick Bourne. I mean, nobody that's gonna, you know what I mean, let the board up and make you scared. But at the end of the day, we are missing Trey White. So this altogether is going to be a heck of a game. But what really worries me is the defense. Not ours, theirs. Their defense, our offensive line, Josh Allen's hero ball mentality, the pressure, Monday night. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be a heck of a fucking game. And y'all better tune in. I'll be hype as hell if we win this game. I'll be disappointed as heck if we lose it, but I'm just not feeling good. And I need to find a way for me to feel good. And there's some highlights, like I just mentioned just now. And we just got to piece these things together. Piece them together. Man, the Patriots right now are 5-0 on the road. 5-0 on the road. Man. Here we go, folks. It's going to be fun. By the way, appreciate you. If you guys see the microphones on the y'all, you guys already know what it is, man. Throw them mics on the screen. Tells me that you enjoyed the show. You enjoyed the guest. You know what I'm saying? You enjoy Buffalo Fanatics. You enjoy the Rico Report. And you guys have been tuning in. I appreciate you guys. It's always love. So, folks, that's it for me. Big game. Tomorrow, we got the film breakdown with my man Clay and Kendall. We're going to see how we looked up against the Saints. What stood out? What's there? What mistakes we made? Where we can find some bright spots. I'm looking forward to this game, man. I really am. And if I'm going to pick a bright spot for this, I think Gabe Davis has the game. I think Gabe Davis kind of breaks out a little bit because they're going to try to take away Stephon Diggs. So this is where you Emmanuel Sanders and you Gabe Davis, but I think Gabe Davis does something special. But we'll see. Still don't feel good. We need to stop that run. And that run is what's got me scared. Those two guys are a problem. So throw them mics on the screen, smash that like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. By the way, we're back on Discord. If you guys haven't looked it up, go into the description. Everything is in the description. Click on the Discord, jump on. This is where we're chatting, voice chats, text messages, all that good stuff, man, all up in that Discord chat. So join us, and we'll go from there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. Have yourself a great week. I'll see you guys back on Friday. You know what I'm saying? And listen, man, we're back at it. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your night. I got to get ready for the night shift. Salute to you guys. And until next time, it's your boy, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm gone. Let's go.